Blog Talk Radio.
You know, and we all have our 15 minutes of fame, and I'd like to take a couple of my 15 minutes to talk about the rights and the wrongs in the world of professional wrestling.
WWE Championship.
This match is for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. The World Heavyweight Championship. The match and new NWA Heavyweight Champion.
We appreciate you guys coming out and taking your time to support women's wrestling in America.
This match is for the AWA World Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Mr. Green, and with me, as always, my co-host, the Diamond Ice, is on the line, and tonight, let's turn this down so everybody can make sure that they hear me. All right, and tonight, we have a very special guest that is coming on to the show. I'm going to let her pronounce her new name, but she was formerly known as Isis the Amazon. Icy, let me make sure my co-host is on first. Icy, are you here, dear?
Yeah, I'm here.
There we go. All right. Well, we got to make sure that you're on the line. That this is a co-op thing, and we want to make sure that you are here and live and everything like that. But I just spoke with our guest offline a moment before we came on air. She is sitting and waiting. As Monday Night Raw comes to an end, what better night to sit up and talk about something to do with the WWE. Okay, now I've opened up the line. Let me make sure I pronounce it. Isis, you're on
Yes.
there. Yes.
Yes.
Now, the first thing I'm going to ask is, please, for my sake, pronounce the name that you are going under now. I don't want to butcher your name.
Well,
Aloisia?
No, it's Aloisia, and I'm not going
Aloisia,
under that anymore. Yes, but no, that's what I was known as while with WWE. Now I'm back to Isis the Amazon.
Okay, all right, okay. So I'm not doing anything wrong. You're back to Isis the Amazon. That's cool.
Yes.
I'm assuming that's a name that was assigned.
Yes.
Okay, I guess they just thought it sounded that much cooler than. That's my best guess. I don't know. But let's start with the beginning. Before we even touch base on WWE or anything like that, let it be known that they didn't just pick you out the clear blue. You had a wrestling career before this all started.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so now, how did you begin into the world of wrestling, the weird world of wrestling?
Well, I was working at a trade show in Miami, and I met up with the owners of CCW, which is Coastal's Championship Wrestling, Jimmy's Superfly Snooker School, and they invited me into their school in Fort Lauderdale. I went, and here I am.
Oh, well, it was that easy? Everybody else has some long, drawn-out story. I'm shocked. But then again, you are a physical marvel, so, that there lies the difference.
Yes.
I don't know. Andre was considered the 8th wonder of the world, so where are you on the line of that? I guess you're the 10th.
I guess so.
Well, we're going to just go ahead and officially name you as the 10th. Since they put China as the 9th, we're going to say Isis is the 10th wonder of the world, standing at nearly 7 feet tall. For those people that's out there listening that do not get the concept of her height, think about this. Hogan is 6'8". Sid Vicious was 6'8". Undertaker about 6'10". Barry Windham 6'6". These are considered some of the tallest guys in the business. And you rank right up there with them.
Right. Legit.
How awesome is that?
It's great.
So you and I've seen some of your video. You've been pretty dominant out there.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I'm trying to think if there was anybody that I've seen that is really giving you a hard time. I want to say that some lady named Calypso, but I might be pronouncing her name wrong.
No, that's her. That's her name. But I wish they giving me a hard time.
Well,
that was my first
I guess
match.
not. Well, she seemed to be physically imposing in a different way. Let's put it that way.
I think Awesome Kong would be way more imposing.
Now that would be a match. Has that been offered to you?
Yes, it has been, but we both couldn't make the date, so.
Oh, bad for that promoter. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we have another wrestler on the line that's perfectly willing to step up and take that challenge.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. That's my co-host there.
Oh.
Always.
Always.
That's right. She's tough. I have to talk her up. You know what I mean?
You'd have to.
But no, she's the real deal.
Oh, I bet.
Right.
Not to downplay her. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but so are you. So, and that's a money match. When you got two people, that's the real deal. That's money.
Oh.
Well, at least that's what I've been taught.
Anything with me in it is definitely money. But
oh, I like it. I like it. Everything with ISIS is definitely money. Your connection to the WWE. Let's start with how did they even come across to asking you, or did you approach them, or how did that whole thing come around?
When I first started my training about 6 months into it, Alpha, the Wild Samoan, had invited me to a school where Johnny Ace basically held a tryout, and I met Johnny Ace, just shook his hand and stuff, and he invited me to SmackDown to have a tryout in Miami. Mm-hmm. So I showed, and then he invited me to FCW for 5 days to have another tryout, and I went up there. Then I didn't hear from them for like 10 months. Then I heard from them in August, really late at night. The next day I was on an airplane to FCW, and Sunday I was hired.
All right. It was that simple for you.
Yeah, it was really quick. A lot of people don't get in that quickly.
So what would I don't know if this is something you're able to talk about, because I know WWE is kind of funny about their information and, what goes on within the inner sanctum of the WWE. But the circumstances surrounding your departure.
Yeah.
Is that something that you can address?
Not really. Not the shoot. No, I cannot address that, because what was said between WWE officials and myself is a very private conversation, and the legitimacy between that and business, as a professional, I'd like to keep that between, the two businesses.
Okay. Because I know what was released to the public, more or less, was something along the lines of Vicky Guerrero.
Look, yeah, that was a storyline, and anything else that has supposedly been leaked from WWE officials, they may have gotten on a wild goose chase from lower down people, but the people in charge that's the last thing that they would want, and I'm very apologetic for having to be playing this game of charades with the public. But
no, it's all right.
So you have to understand, the storyline is the official story, nothing else, no other rumors. And that's basically what I'm done with. I'm done with, the rumors. I'm just moving on in my career, and I hope everybody, which a lot of people, I'd say 95% of, my supporters, are moved along, too.
I'm sure they are. And, I said a while ago when that came on the net, I remember reading it saying that, you were let go by Vicky Guerrero. Wait a minute, Vicky doesn't have any power in that company. That's just story, what she's doing. So, I figured it had to be something else besides her.
Yes, but it wasn't these wild allegations. Just to let you know.
I don't remember what it was supposed to have been along with her. Do you remember the storyline that they put in?
Oh, yeah, just that she felt she said something to me, and I got in her face or something, and I don't know, she fired me or something like that, which, you know, it'll make great for if I do get rehired, because Vicky Guerrero, she gets a large amount of heat, and that's just, I would have been so happy working with her. It would have been phenomenal.
Yes, she does maintain a lot of heat in her position. You know, it is interesting to see her do her business.
Yes, it is.
So let's officially say that the circumstances around the departure cannot legally be discussed. For those that are listening, you know, and let me reset it. If you just tuned in, this is Isis the Amazon, formerly known as Aloisia. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, Aloisia.
Okay. There we go. Formerly known as Aloisia on WWE NXT. Isis the Amazon is the guest for tonight, and we are talking about her lifetimes and career, and we are now discussing the circumstances behind her departure, which basically settles down to a storyline. So,
yes,
there we have it. That's it in a nutshell. Now let me see if my co-host has any questions. IC may have some questions on the line also. Diamond. Do you have any questions? You know, I don't want to just monopolize now.
No, you're not. I'm waiting on the opportunity for me to ask questions when I feel that I need to.
Here it is now. Here's the opportunity.
No, I mean I don't have no questions, but when I have a question, trust me, you know I'll cut you off and ask the question.
Oh yes, I forgot. See,
I like
that's the rough place.
That's a woman that knows what she wants.
That she is, very much so. Yeah. But let's move to other promotions. Let's start with the ones that you've worked, because I know that you've been not somewhat of attraction. You are attraction. In fact, I believe you worked in a promotion here in Georgia not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken.
About a year ago.
About a year ago? Okay.
Yeah. Maybe a little further.
Okay, because I do believe you. I can't remember the young lady from Hawaii that you.
Tracy Taylor.
There you go. Thank you. Tracy Taylor.
Master Faces. No, I'm kidding. No, Tracy.
It slips me sometimes. Now, see, I look at that match and just, you know, how comfortable is it, you know, put yourself in the shoes of your opponent for a moment.
Right.
How comfortable do you believe that it is when you're on the average of 5'5", 5'6", maybe, to step into the ring, and then across the ring, you're looking at a woman at 6'10".
Right. Well,
yeah. I mean,
give or take.
Do you not feel, I mean, I know you're probably not trying to be intimidating, but to a large degree. Well, no, that's not your fault. That's just, you know, that's just genetic.
No, I mean, that's just how it comes off. I mean, that's why I am in wrestling, to give that image.
I see. Have you ever thought about doing anything other than professional wrestling?
Yes, I have played basketball. I played volleyball. I went to college to play basketball. I could have played professionally if I wanted to. I could have kept on playing collegiately. However, it's just expected. Everybody, when I'm on the street, everybody tells me, you should be playing basketball. Oh, why aren't you playing basketball? You're wasting your talent. Well, my talent is, what is my talent? You tell me what my talent is. They tell me, oh, you're tall. So that's a talent? That's not a talent. Height is not talent. Height is something that's given to you. It's how you use it. So I think, wow, when I was younger, I used to watch WWF, China. Why don't I do that? That's interesting. That's unique. Why don't I put my real talents to use in sports entertainment? And that's how I got interested in becoming a professional wrestler.
I see. You are quite the marvel in professional wrestling. Have you been approached by any other major promotions? You know, I guess in this day and age that would be considered Ring of Honor and TNA. Has it come across to you that, hey, you know what, we'd like to bring you in?
Not yet, but again, all of this is very recent, and it would be an honor. Don't get me wrong. If I had nothing going on during that time, I would love to join another promotion or another company. But right now, I really want to focus on my body image and my training, taking everything to the next level, even my acting.
Acting. All right. Well, before I get into that, I see that there's a call that just popped up. Let me address this one. Caller 2280. Your mic is open.
Yes. Hello. This is Edward Noyle.
Hi, Edward.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm sorry. I just came in. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Okay. It's
This
okay.
is what you do. You can call in. You have your opportunity now to talk to Isis. You got a question for her?
Yes. So what do you think of the whole WWE and NXT?
What do I think of it?
Like,
I think NXT is a great concept. I mean, you have rookies able to showcase their potential on national television. A lot of people do take advantage of that. A lot of talent does. I think it's a great concept, if that's what you're asking.
Cool. Yeah, and
now go ahead, Evan. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so if you saw the show, what do you think of the whole John Cena Nexus storyline?
I think that WWE is a business, and they have every right to create any type of storyline they want. It's not really my business to say it's good or it's bad. It's none of my business.
And I'm just saying, like in your opinion, that's all. I know you don't want to get in their business. I'm just saying, like, in your opinion.
Well, in my opinion, WWE is a business, and if they think that's a good idea, then that's a great idea.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, well, we thank you for calling in. You got any last comments you want to ask her before you? Anything else that's on your mind? No, you good? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Edward.
You're welcome.
Okay. Well, we thank Edward for giving a quick call. I think he might hang around and listen to your interview. You just brought up acting.
Yes.
Now, you know, that's a big thing that a lot of wrestlers seem to migrate over to. Have you had any roles presented to you? I can certainly see that being done.
This is just for me, I plan on being the next Wonder Woman. And, yes. And for me,
are you a comic
professional
geek?
wrestling. I'm sorry, what?
Are you a comic geek? Are you into comics?
Not really.
Not really. Well, you said Wonder Woman, you know. Ain't nothing wrong with being a comic geek now.
No, I mean, of course there's not. If I was, I would let you know. But no,
that's right, you know.
I am.
That's my other show.
Yes, sports, but like action hero films or even villains. I would love to play those type of roles. I had a reality show in the making before, not in the making, but like in production, before I signed with WWE. And when I had signed with WWE, I had to put that on the back burner. So now that I'm free of the contract, I might go back to picking that up, or I might just, I have a lot of different options now. It's like limitless. But okay. I have not been in any acting or anything like that. I want to get like a career started there. For me, professional wrestling and being in sports entertainment is like a stepping stool to get to my ultimate goal, which is to be in action movies.
Okay. So you're gonna take the John Cena / Rock route / Steve Austin and everybody else.
Oh yeah, baby.
Well, let's just go ahead and say this. You know, I know this isn't Wednesday night for the people that's listening that, you know, may listen to Fanboys Radio, but just for the benefit of ISIS, there is a new Wonder Woman in the works. So you can look that up. You may be the perfect nemesis for the new Wonder Woman.
Or I may be the perfect Wonder Woman, one or the other.
Or you may be the perfect Wonder Woman.
They'll find out about me and they'll be like, this fake Amazon. Like, what? I got to get ISIS the Amazon.
Well, yes, you already have it in your name. Was that something that you came up with, or was that attached, okay, you created that on your own?
Yep, I created ISIS and the Amazon, and then trademarked the whole name.
But that may be something to do with why the WWE didn't want to use it. Because they can't get any money off of it. Well, you know that the names are a big deal with WWE. They like to make sure that they have ownership to the name to ensure a little money from it.
Well, they choose what they choose.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. It's all business, Now, as far as the other wrestling promotions go, we already have established that they have not really approached you as of yet. Have you and your team decided to approach them?
No, because right now what I'm really focusing on is my body image and my training.
Okay, you're fully into that. Now, have you ever done any, competitions as far as your body goes? Or,
no, I have not. I haven't done any, but I probably would if I got into fitness modeling. I'm taking the fitness model route now. I mean, why not? Right now I have so many opportunities. I'm not limiting myself to just one area.
I mean, I would certainly believe that if you decided to go into it, much like with the pro wrestling route, you would be a pretty big attraction.
Yeah, but for me, it's like I could do both at the same time because you need that type of look to get to the next level in wrestling, and you definitely need that type of look to win or be accomplished in fitness modeling. So.
Very true, very true.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I forgot to do for you is put out your website. You have to make sure that we get your website out there so people can get a hold of it, because, the next thing I was going to ask is how can promoters and, other people that may be looking to associate or do business with you get a hold of you. So please put yourself out there so they can contact you.
Most definitely. If you'd like to book me for an event or a promotion, please visit www.isistheamazon.com/hire. If you'd like to book me for an interview, please visit www.isistheamazon.com/interview. And if you'd just like to look at my site, please visit www.isistheamazon.com. Follow me on Twitter. It's @isistheamazon. I believe it's changed back now. I had to go through this whole drama because somebody somebody stole my name. Who steals someone's name says that they're holding it. Anyway, so it'll be back up to @IsisTheAmazon very soon. If not, it's @Aloisia WWE. To spell that, it's ALOISIA WWE. For everyone's trouble. I looked at the paper when they gave it to me, and I was like, how do you say this?
So you had no say-so in that whatsoever.
Not really. I was given 5 names, and then I did voiceovers, and probably 2 hours before NXT went on air, I was given this last name and did the final voiceover before they put the package together.
So you went to work immediately once you showed up at a.
Yes, it was fantastic.
I'm assuming
I was
Titan
excited.
Towers.
Yes.
Well, then you can share with some of the people that have not had the benefit of being inside the inner workings of Titan Tower. The hustle and bustle that is the WWE.
Yes, and it is hustle and bustle. You do prove yourself 24/7. It's wonderful. I love it.
Is it that far gone? Describe a day. I don't know how many days you actually had with WWE to really sit and talk about it, but at that level, describe what you went through, if you can.
Okay. I can describe to you 1 week that I was there just 5 days, all right? Let me just explain this to you. Monday,
Okay.
I had practice, and I had to order gear or something and get it custom made, and I also had to, which practice was at 9 o'clock in the morning. I had to do something else, and then we did like a promo at the end of the day. So I got home around like 11. The next day you wake back up. It was Tuesday, so I had to wake up at 7. No, I had to wake up at 4, be at the airport by like 5, get on an airplane by 6:18, and then fly to Pittsburgh to have an MRI, or to go over the results of my MRI so I could be fully cleared medically. I flew back the same day, got back, went to practice in the afternoon, and then the next day I woke up at 5, had to do photo shoot from 7 to 1 in the morning. So 7 in the morning to 1 in the morning I was doing photo shoots, and mind you, it's just not me, it's all the other girls too on NXT. But they've all been there for a little while longer than I have. Anyhow, so photo shoots and promos that day. The next day, woke up at 7, had to be there by 9. Did another promo, did more photo shoots, did more promos. It just becomes a blur. You don't think of it as days anymore. You think of it as I go to sleep for a little while, I wake up, and this is my job, this is what I do. So that's just to give you a little bit of an insight. It's fantastic. I love it. You have to give 110% or else you're not going to survive.
All right. So clearly, a lot of work that goes into that. People that just think that is, I get up, I go to the ring, then I get to go home.
No, you
not
don't.
That whatsoever.
It's not like that at all. And then you know, you have to go for the road. You have to go on the road. So we were on the road, and then prepare to fly out Sunday morning. So you have to go on the road with SCW as well. It's like you're on the road, then you're on the road, and you're like doing promos and stuff. It's crazy. It's a crazy schedule. I love it. It's fun. It is fantastic. It's definitely the type of work that I be doing.
You enjoy going through all of that and living out the suitcase
Yes.
and everything? Okay,
Yes.
wow.
You ever seen the film Up in the Air?
Up in the Air. Which one was that?
The George
I'm thinking
Clooney.
about. No, I haven't seen that one. I'm thinking
You
about
have
the
to check
student
it
film
out.
with Gwyneth Paltrow.
No.
See, I had the wrong one in my mind. You know, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Isis.
It's okay.
I do remember Clooney. I remember the advertisement for the movie. I think it was a salesman or something like that, and basically traveling around a lot.
Yeah.
Is that the ideal lifestyle? Always on the go.
It's not that it's the ideal lifestyle. It is the lifestyle. It's what I live.
The life. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
FCW. And WWE. You said that you had to go on the road with WWE, then you had to go on the road with FCW. I'm assuming that they're operating, even though FCW belongs to WWE, that is operating as a separate entity. So, I mean, are you dealing with
developmental. Everybody knows that FCW is the developmental of WWE.
Yeah. Is it? I'm trying to get the management. I guess is what I'm trying to address. Is the management that's dealing
is Steve Kern, Tom Pritchard, and Norman Smiley that are usually always in there, and then we get to work with people like special talent such as like Fit Finley or Animals down there. A lot of other people have been down there too. A lot of people come visit.
Okay.
It's really good to learn from the best.
Yeah. Now, if somebody wants to get some of your footage, because I know it's not a lot of it that exists, I guess, in mainstream WWE, but you had shows with FCW. Is that correct?
No, I never.
No?
I was basically signed to be on NXT. They told me.
So you never had to deal with developmental. Cool.
Yeah.
You got the chance to skip right over. Now, the promos and everything, did that take place in NXT?
Did that take place where? In FCW?
Yeah, I got that wrong. Sorry.
Yes.
FCW.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, it did. We had, they needed like a ring and stuff. You can't really tell it's FCW from watching the promos, but yeah, it did. It place in that facility and a few other warehouses.
Okay. So I gotcha. So, but you had the opportunity to skip right over the normal route, I guess, that the other girls, as far as you know, were all of the girls that were there former wrestlers, or did they just kind of hire them as they went along?
I know that those girls, I don't want to speak out of turn, but those girls had been in FCW for like at least a year. So I know that the girls that were going to be on TV had been signed for at least 6 months to a year. So they had the opportunity to learn. And even if they didn't, they were going to be on NXT, which is a show for rookies. You know, rookies can go on national television and showcase their potential. So it's not a big deal to me whether or not they had experience.
Man, good. Okay. How much time are you going to devote to the body development before you go back into every
second of every day? Let me tell you something. When you get on a diet, it is from the time that you wake up to the time that you wake up. It's all the time. Like, I get up in the morning. You have to eat at a certain time. You have to eat a certain food. You can't have sweets. You can't have this. You can't have that. You can't do certain things. You can't. There's a lot of you can't, but then there's that one day where you can. So it's very difficult to, especially your body is tired. Sometimes you're so sore, you're like, I don't feel like doing this anymore. I've only been doing it for 2 weeks. You know, I'm like, it's very difficult. You have to have a lot of discipline. It's every day, every second, every minute. It's excruciating, but it's very well worth it, especially in my case. Image is everything.
That it is. Now, I guess the real big question is that we now know that is going to be occupying a great deal of your time before you actually get back to focusing on pro wrestling. So how much time is
both.
You're doing both? Okay, so
yeah.
you're not
excluding pro wrestling. In like 6 months. 6 months, I'll be where I want to be.
Okay. And I guess then you'll turn up the heat on the pro wrestling side of things.
I'll turn up the heat on everything, baby. The heat has been turned up. It's a matter of turning it down.
Oh, okay. Hey,
I'm kidding. Don't think I'm holding my breath.
I see. You're about as forward as you can be.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
I'm very direct.
No. You do what you do. We love it.
Thank you.
We're just trying to, make sure that everybody understands who Isis the Amazon is. Can you hold with me for a second? We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and finish out your interview, ask you a few more questions. Is that all right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, for those that are listening, we're on the line with Isis the Amazon, formerly Aloisia. I can't even get it out now. Aloisia. I'd be saying that. Thank you. Aloisia. I'm just fumbling on myself. Aloisia, formerly Aloisia, WWE's NXT rookie.
Yep.
And we're going to take a quick break, be right back, and we will finish it up. You are listening to The Rights and Wrongs.
This is the Great Cheyenne from the Hellfire Symphony, and I'm hailing from the Nether Void to listen to the rights and the wrongs of pro wrestling with your host, Mr. Green.
This is Mr. Green, and you're listening to the show, The Rights and the Wrongs of Pro Wrestling.
The man of the hour, the man with the power. I am the hit maker, the record breaker. I got smiling grace and a loveless face. I'll make your back crack, your liver quiver. If you don't dig this mess, you at the wrong address. And superstar, while all the rest are in the back, laughing and joking, the dreams outside. Woo! Cooking and smoking.
We are back. Just had to take that quick, brief break. get some quick plugs in there, and we are back on the air with the former WWE NXT Diva, the near 7 feet tall Isis the Amazon.
Yes, sir.
I have a question for you, Isis.
Okay.
There's a certain, I want to say, there's a group of people that don't necessarily take the term diva in a very positive light. I want to ask you, so you laugh already, so you must know what I'm talking about. Or you must talk to somebody that has that, that feeling. How do you feel about the term diva?
I feel like when you're a diva, you take care of yourself, and you're entitled to things. If you walk throughout life thinking that you're not entitled to something, you're never going to attain it. So, diva, in my opinion, is very positive, and I am one.
Oh, okay. Now, that's not to say that you would not accept the role of a TNA knockout. No,
but it's the same concept.
Same concept. Well,
same
especially
concept.
now, they've kind of worked over to that. What's your opinion of TNA's women's division? Have you watched the women's division in TNA?
Yes, I have, and they're very impressive.
Very impressive. Any dream matches that you have within that company?
I'm not going to get into dream matches, no. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, hey, I just, that my theory is everybody has at least one
Well, do you have one?
dream
do you
opponent.
Would you like to see me?
Actually, within the confines of that company, I can't really say that. The ones that I did want to see is gone. You already named her, Kong. I would really want to see that.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
I think a Tara versus Isis match would be interesting to watch.
Oh, yeah.
If for no other reason.
You know what? Here's the thing.
Function.
Any match with me in it is a dream match because everybody wants to see it.
Isis, I like it.
Oh, thanks.
You certainly have no lack of confidence.
Not whatsoever.
So every match is a dream match with Isis the Amazon.
Yes.
Now, how varied are your opponents? Again, if you want to see Isis, you can go to YouTube. You can Google her name. There are a few matches that I know will pop up. But I don't think I've asked you, how long have you been in the business again? Let's retouch on that. How long have you
About 2 years.
2 years, okay. So within that 2 years of working, how many, just roundabout number, doesn't have to be exact, but how many different opponents would you say that you've come across?
I can't really answer that because I don't know. There's been so many. I know that I wrestle a lot more guys than I have women. I think I've only wrestled 7 women as opposed to, way more guys. Way, way, way more.
Well, that's funny. Because even with the guys, I don't believe that I've seen a lot of matches with you wrestling guys.
You haven't? Well, you're not looking in the right place.
Yeah, you're really not.
I'm not looking in the right place.
Really
yeah, look at Diamond. She thinks you're definitely not looking in the right place.
I mean,
well, that's what Diamond's there for.
Program.
She's there to call me out on when I do stuff wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like a true woman.
I see. I mean, it's a lot of handicap matches. Here.
Yep.
Oh well.
I'm sorry. I'm
a lot of me
cat.
tossing little 150 guys, or there's a lot of me tossing around a lot of 150-pound guys, 200-pound guys around.
You sound like you enjoy that, Isis.
Oh yeah, there's nothing more. I'm like a little girl at her 5th birthday party.
I think you may have damaged some of their egos. I mean, when the promoter sits, you said 200-pound guys, maybe 180, something like that, in the ring with you, and they getting tossed around. That might be a little ego shattering.
Yeah,
wow.
A little bit,
yeah.
Probably. What I'm hired for. Shatter egos. Break hearts, shatter egos.
You know, well, look at that. We may have just given you your catchphrase. Well, not your catchphrase, but your T-shirt right there.
Yep, maybe.
ISIS the Amazon, breaking hearts and shattering egos. Look at that. Now, you can go ahead and use that. You know, no charge.
Go ahead and trademark that.
There you go. Go ahead and trademark that. You know, I'm not greedy. You know what I'm saying? Just give me a little credit. Just say that was discovered on this show. That's all.
Okay.
I'll be happy with that.
Okay.
Now, you know, have you been flooded with requests since you have left your association with WWE? I would imagine a lot of promoters may have been trying to work you.
Yes, there have been a lot of requests. I don't personally handle my schedule, my manager does, but he has told me that there's been a lot of requests, and I've seen a lot of requests. So, yes, to answer your question, yes.
I'm assuming that, well, I'm not going to say his name, but the gentleman that I have been contacting or working with via email, been a great guy. He has been very good about arranging this. So, you know, hats off to him.
Thank you.
Well, you know, he's the one that made this all possible. So if he's listening, thank you very much. We appreciate the time to interview. Your client is great. One promotion that I did not get the opportunity to bring up to you is Shimmer.
Oh, yes.
You know, for those listening, I'm sure, you know, the hardcore wrestling fan base knows exactly what Shimmer is, but if you do not, and your world revolves around WWE, Shimmer is an all-female promotion based out of the Midwest. And
real wrestling. Make that correction, real
go.
wrestling.
There was actually there was a debate today on the internet about that, about women's wrestling. There's a lot of haters going around spewing out hate about women, an all-women promotion.
Well, what was the debate there? They just said it didn't need to be there, or what was the hate?
Like any other hatred, basic bullshit.
I don't understand that because I've seen some phenomenal women wrestlers.
Yeah,
both of you
Shimmer's
included.
been around for a while. Shimmer has been around for a while. They keep it unique. They keep it different. They keep it running. How? There's been a lot of all-male wrestling promotions, yet those die out within 6 months. It shouldn't be about gender. It should be about quality.
Well, I think that, Shimmer has something going for it just in the fact that it's one of the rarities of the world. You know, you just hit the hammer on the head. You know, it's a lot of male wrestler promotions out there. And no offense to them, but they're pretty much a dime a dozen.
Right. No, it's completely right.
And, of course, if you do create a male promotion, the first thing that you're going to have to compete with is Ring of Honor, TNA, and WWE. All women's promotion, you may be able to carve yourself a niche in there. But aside from all of that, have you been approached by that promotion to come in and do some work?
I have not been approached by any major promotion, no, I have not. Not yet.
Well, I mean, Shimmer.
No, and I mean that too. They are a major promotion, a major women's promotion. Then
yes.
WSU, I believe. Yes. So no.
Well, we have to put it out there then.
Right.
Or let's ask the question before it gets put out to the general public. Would you like to go to Shimmer and work a few matches?
I would love to go to any huge promotion and work a few matches.
Okay, and that would include WSU, what was that, Women Superstars Unleashed or Uncensored. I might be getting it's one or the other, which is another all-women's promotion. I think that's in the Northeast. So you would have a great deal of high-caliber opponents to pick from within either of those sets.
Right.
But there's no particular preference one way or the other. You know, As long as the circumstances are right, you would be perfectly fine with either way.
Either way.
Okay. Okay, so let's put it out. For you promoters out there, make the circumstances right, and ISIS
Visit
will appear.
www.isisamazon.com/hire.
There you go. /hire.
Right there. /hire.
And then you will deal with manager or agent. I don't know which title he accepts, but
both. Pretty much
both.
Handles everything.
Okay.
Finances, everything like that.
He will then make sure that everything is worked out accordingly.
Yep.
Okay. Now, why did you leave the promotion here in Georgia? Are they still functioning?
I'm not sure.
Because, I really wanted to go down there and catch, I think you and Tracy Taylor were going to do a nice little program. I was going to actually run down there and take a look.
Aw. Well, thank you.
And
Thank you for the thought.
Well, I didn't even know that they existed until maybe about 9 months ago.
Right.
So, I was like, man, I missed out.
A long time ago.
Yeah, it is. It was, and I caught it on the net, and then I saw you, and if for no other reason, I was like, I've got to go down there and see that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of promoters are banking on that when they hire you. That, you're going to be that kind of attraction that people are just going to want to come see just to see. I mean, looking at your website, you have a couple of pictures with a few fans that just have to take pictures with you.
Yeah.
And probably just to be able to tell people, like, look how tall she is. Wow.
Right. A lot of people do that. Even when I'm in the supermarket, a lot of people pretend that they're not taking a photo of me, and they really are. It's, hilarious. It's like, let me at least pose, Let me help myself.
Can you handle that? The 24 hours a day.
I can handle it.
Let me get a picture of you.
Since I was 13 years old. I've been 6'9" since I was 13. I mean, I've been handling this for quite a long time, practically half of my life.
How tall were you when you were 13?
As tall as I am now, 6'9". And when I was 12, I was 6'7". When I was 9, I was 6 foot.
Wow. So you went up there fast.
Sit on that. Take a second to think about that. I just blew your mind.
Yes, you did. Because I'm just thinking. Look, I'm 6'3", and you tower over me. So
right.
So like that right there is just that's a mind blower.
Right.
So now let's go to the other side of it, not necessarily the business end, because we know where you stand in the world of professional wrestling, your aspirations to enter the Hollywood market, and the figure. I can't even get the right terminology out right now, but the figure sculpting. Let's call it that you are currently engaging in. There you go, bodybuilding. But your fan base. To your knowledge, what's your primary fan base? Typically young male.
I could say I've ruined a few young males' lives. Yes. No, I'm kidding.
You may have. ISIS may be the fantasy of several young males out there in the world today.
Maybe, but I didn't say it. If that's true, then that's cool. If it's not, then that's cool. It's whatever.
In this day and age with the internet and everything, I kind of thought that maybe you might have been hit with a couple of propositions, particularly on your Twitter or something like that. It happens pretty frequently. So, it wouldn't be surprising.
Right.
Some are just going to ask just out of sheer curiosity. So let's put it out there. Had they hit your Twitter market and just start bombarding you with, ISIS for a date, I said, have they been bombarding you on your Twitter account?
Oh, yeah, a few do, and a few say very inappropriate things, but you just have to pick and choose what you want to, address.
Well, we apologize on for those guys, the ones that don't have any.
Hey, it's not your fault. People do it to get a rise. When you don't give it to them, they pretty much their gas is gone. I mean, you can't fuel a fire without gas per se.
Well, you've learned how to handle these situations very well, I see.
Thanks to Brad. Yes.
Well, I wasn't going to put his name out of it, but thank you, Brad. Yes, Brad is the gentleman that has helped me get this interview to begin with. Very, very nice fellow. And you were very prompt yourself, I must say.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Icy, Diamond.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
You have been exceptionally quiet. No comment, no question before we move on.
No, I told you I've been making my comments. No.
Just so you know, it's getting really late here. I have an early date tomorrow.
Oh yeah, this is the wrap up. We're trying to polish you off. I wanted to make sure that before we did that, my co-host didn't have any additional questions because I think we've covered.
Diamond, what's going on?
You did a good job. I've been listening. I mean, that's why I didn't say them because you answered the questions for me. You good, Brian? Well, we here.
I try. I try to do my job. I try.
Yeah, you do a very good job. 2 thumbs up, buddy.
And Isis did a phenomenal job as a guest. She's been very, as late as it is, she's been very bubbly, very happy. And,
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you for it. I'm going to be looking for you inside of some movies.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, you said you want to be, be in some action movies. You need to go out. Let's put it out there to the Hollywood public. Isis is looking for some movie roles. More specifically, she's looking to be Wonder Woman. You're going to have to dye your hair. You know that, don't you?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? Okay, so you're willing to lead. You're willing to go brunette. You're willing to lead the blonde look to be Wonder Woman.
Of course.
That is the ideal role.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then there it is. The new TV show is supposed to be coming around the corner, and Isis is throwing her name out there. It's in the hat for the new role of Wonder Woman. Any closing? Hey, well, I try to plug you. I try my best to plug you as much as I can. Any closing remarks that you want to share with your listeners, your fans, anything like that?
No, I just wanted to say thank you all very much for supporting me. I grew a large fan base practically overnight. When everything went down, the rumors, they were spreading like wildfire, and I just had so much backing support. I just wanted to thank each and every one of you who gave me that love. And you can hire me for an event by going to www.isistheamazon.com/hire. You can interview me at www.isistheamazon.com/interview. And if you're just one of my amazing fans, you can visit my website, which is www.isistheamazon.com. And thank you all very much for listening in.
Well, thank you for being a part of the show this evening. I really appreciate it. We're going to have to do a checkup with you in a couple of months and see where your career path has taken you.
Yes, sir.
So I'll try to stay in touch with you for that purpose. And I know you need to sleep because you're a very busy woman.
Yes.
So, well, on that note, Isis, Diamond, you had something? Were you saying something there?
No, sir, I take it she's very sleepy because I don't think very good with your remarks.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. I know she's ready to get to bed, so, I'm not going to hold up for that. Isis, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much for having me.
And I will be checking back with you in the later on down the line in the near future.
Okay, sounds great.
All right.
All right. Take care. Have a great night.
You too. Diamond.
Yes, sir.
All right. That has been a nice little interview for those NXT fans that's out there. Even though technically she never really had a chance to really spread her wings on the show, apparently she's made a big impact with a lot of people because of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when
you have everybody talking about you, then, you got to be discreet in what you say and what you do.
Oh, yeah, that's very true. I didn't want to cause any problems or any risks if she had any relationship with the WWE still remaining. I didn't want her to go against the grain of her contract or whatever she may have, any legal issues. So, for anybody that's listening, please understand, the WWE does keep some legal binding things going on to people even after they leave on some occasions, and I didn't want to get her off into any trouble. But needless to say, if there are promoters out there that want to have her on, she clearly is very willing to accept that job.
Yeah, just make sure you're able to afford her.
Well, hey, you're gonna spend some money now. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, I mean, you got to spend the money for the talent, but, my thing is, like I normally tell promoters, I mean, everybody know I'm going to keep it real. I listen to what she has to say, and, the questions, have some of the questions that you asked, that's what I also asked. I was like, okay, hey, Brian, you do your thing, but.
Right,
It is what it is. I turn around, I watch a lot of the matches, and that she did, and she also guys, most of them with handicap matches, so it is what it is.
It is, and I know
it is what it is.
And that's going to be your T-shirt. Diamond Icy, I keeps it real. That's going to be on the back right there.
I keeps it real, whether you like me or you don't.
I keeps it. You gotta have it in plural now. I keeps it. I gotta
be all country. I keeps it.
You don't like that? Come on, man.
I keeps it.
Yeah,
I mean, just because I'm from the country don't mean I got to talk like I'm from the country. I'm trying to talk like these, these Texans around here, but there's too many different Texas now. Huh?
You better start getting on your Texas people. Don't start on the Texas folks. Texas people love you down there.
Yeah, right.
That's why I play this for you. That's why I play this particular song just for you. Hate it or love it. Because sometimes they hate you, sometimes they love you. Hate it or love it. Diamond Icy, baby. It's all good. You know who's coming on next week, Icy? Or who's scheduled to be on next week is the what I call the Red Dread, April Hunter. She is slated.
Sweet.
Good work. She is slated to be on here next week. Following that will be the Death Ray, Sarah Del Rey. I got a hold of them too.
Yeah.
So the 11th and the 18th, you are listening to the rights and the wrongs of pro wrestling, and if you want to know what's going on, just take the show page. You'll be able to see everybody that's on there. They're already on the show page listening. Sarah Del Rey and April Hunter, both of them scheduled to be down the line. Be sure to go to the website, fanboystv.com, to see all the other things that myself and my additional co-hosts are doing. You can see Diamond Icy's profile on that as well. And be sure you hit the heart, hit the favorite. Make sure you get the RSS feed, so anytime the show goes up, you'll be able to download it with ease. So your iTunes, iPad, iPod, whatever you have with the Carrie's podcast, you'll be able to catch it there. What about you, Icy? Anything that you got going on? I know. I forgot you will be in Atlanta. October 23rd, the Diamond Icy will be here. So you make sure if you're part of my town that you go there and check it out. And that's going to do it.
Weekend, for those that will be out there for Brady, Texas, I'll be in Brady, Texas. Wrestling, I guess you want to call her upcoming worker named Barbie. I'm probably going to go there in a bad mood, so.
Don't go in there in a bad mood now.
Yeah. It's better that way.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I don't know
Hey,
what to say for that.
you gotta go in there and teach these rookies a lesson. You gotta, what better person to teach them about this business but me?
Okay. Well, then, please teach someone a lesson. Barbie, I'm sorry for you, honey. But if it makes her feel any better after the match is over, you can give her the card and let her know that she's welcome as a guest on the show. Mr. Green is open to everybody.
If I sit up here and gave everybody a card that I've actually gotten a ring with, they'll be like, man, they'll get on the show, they'll probably be like, man, she was mean. That's what everybody calls me. Everybody down mean. I'm not mean. I'm the nicest person in the world.
Because, when we on the show, you mellow out, so it's cool, Tell them what goes on between the ropes is only business.
I'm being honest with you, Brian. I'm mellow out, on the shows because I just got off of work, take a nice hot bath. I'm just listening to the guests and listening to you. And, when I do have something to say, then that's when I say something. Other than that, I'm relaxed, chilling, I'm just listening. Now, if someone says something out of line, then that's when I'll step up and kind of correct them.
Well, we got you. It is all good. And, we are no longer in the live stream. This is the podcast version. I guess if you're catching this at this point, then you have downloaded the show. And it's perfectly fine. You've listened to a full interview with Isis, the Amazon. You're catching the after hours of Icy and myself, just trying to get out all the information that we possibly can before we wrap this thing up. I know that you have a match upcoming with Barbie in Texas. You got a mystery opponent in Georgia because they haven't unveiled who it is that you're working yet. So, but it's okay.
Which honestly, I don't even care. Whoever the person is. I'm just going to go in there and get the fans what they paid to see.
And,
I'm not going to put myself over. I don't like to put myself over because it's not just me in the ring. It's me and someone else in the ring. So all I'm going to say is whoever I'm in the ring with, you're just gonna bring it. You're gonna leave out satisfied.
Very good.
So,
and let me say it one more time.
No need to put yourself over.
Ice is gonna give you your money's worth. I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna repeat that if you are listening to the show now, if you are catching this podcast, make sure that you tune back in next week live, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the interview with April Hunter on the 11th, Sarah Del Rey on the 18th. Those are the next two interviews that we are scheduled to have. So you want to make sure that you check the show page for any changes in that, but those are the scheduled interviews. The 11th, April Hunter, Sarah Del Rey, the 18th. And that's it. I will call this a night. Sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
Thank you for listening, everybody. We really appreciate it. And you enjoy your night. Good night, everybody.